Welcome to the Filthy Mitts Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, we need to talk about these Stanley Cup Playoffs because this thing has officially gone completely off the rails. Everybody thought we had this figured out. Everybody said it was going to be the Colorado Avalanche versus the Carolina Hurricanes, the two super teams, the two analytic starlings, the two teams that looked basically unbeatable throughout the first two rounds. And now, Colorado's down 0-2 to the Vegas Golden Knights. And Montreal just walked into Carolina and absolutely smoked the Hurricanes 6-2 in Game 1. I'm telling you right now, these playoffs have turned into complete insanity, people. But let's start with Colorado, because a week ago, people were talking about this team like they were Thanos. Inevitable. Everybody was saying, just give them the cup already. And honestly, I was one of those people. All right? This team looked unstoppable, you guys. Nathan MacKinnon's out there flying around. Cale Makar controlling the entire ice. They had depth scoring, speed, transition game, everything. But now all of a sudden, they're in serious trouble, you guys. Vegas didn't just steal one game. They stole both games in Colorado. And that's terrifying because now this series shifts to Vegas. And the pressure is absolutely insane. You lose Game 3, it's basically over. And here's the biggest problem. Vegas looks built for playoff hockey. I don't know how else to say it. They're heavy, they're structured, they're disciplined. Jack Eichel's been unbelievable. Mitch Marner has been on an absolute revenge tour this postseason. And Colorado suddenly looks fragile. That's the scary part. Not bad. They look fragile. Because when the Colorado Avalanche are rolling, you guys, they overwhelm you. But when they get frustrated, when the neutral zone tightens up and they can't generate chances, they start forcing plays. All right? And Vegas is making them pay for every single mistake. Now look, I still think Colorado can come back. I am not burying them just yet. You still have Nathan MacKinnon. You still have game breakers everywhere. And if Cale Makar gets healthy and fully rolling again, everything changes. But man, going down 0-2 in a conference final is an absolute nightmare scenario. All right, now let's talk about the team nobody wanted to believe in, the Montreal Canadiens. I've been saying this for the last couple of weeks, you guys. This team is ahead of schedule, way ahead of schedule. Nick Suzuki looks like a franchise superstar. Cole Caulfield is becoming one of the most dangerous scorers in hockey. And Lane Hudson, oh my goodness, Lane Hudson. You guys, he looks like a mini Cale Makar out there. What about Slafkovsky? Guys, this dude is turning into an absolute monster. And now suddenly they walk into Carolina against a Hurricanes team that had basically steamrolled everybody. And they dropped 6 goals on them. That wasn't luck, you guys. That wasn't some fluky bounce game. Montreal looked fast. They looked confident, relentless. And the craziest part, this team doesn't even look nervous. That is what's scary. Young teams are supposed to tighten up in moments like this. They're supposed to panic. But Montreal is out there playing like, yeah, we belong here. And I got to tell you, that crowd in Montreal, if this series shifts back there with Montreal up 2-0, that building is going to become a war zone for Carolina. Absolute chaos. And now suddenly, the dream scenario for Canada is alive. A real shot at ending that cup drought, you guys. All right, so now the question becomes, who actually wins the Stanley Cup? Because a week ago, this felt easy. Now, I have no damn clue. All right, Vegas suddenly looks like the most complete team left, if I'm being completely honest. Montreal looks fearless. Carolina still has elite structure and depth, all right? But Colorado, even though they have that high ceiling, without Cale Makar, they just don't look the same. All right, and this is what makes the NHL playoffs the greatest postseason in sports. Not the NBA, not the NFL, the NHL. Because one hot goalie, one injury, one bounce, one overtime winner changes everything. And that's exactly what we're watching right now. Pure chaos. All right. Here's where I stand right now, you guys. I still think Colorado can claw back into this series. But if they lose game 3, I think Vegas finishes them. All right? And as for the East, man, Carolina better wake up fast. All right? Because Montreal is starting to believe. And when a young, talented team starts believing, they become dangerous. Very dangerous. So right now, if I had to pick my Stanley Cup final, I'm going to say Vegas versus Montreal. Yeah, I said it, you guys. Vegas versus Montreal. And if that happens, this postseason officially becomes legendary. But let me know what you guys think. Is Colorado cooked? Can Carolina recover? Are the Canadiens actually about to shock the hockey world? And who's lifting the Stanley Cup? Who's bringing home Lord Stanley? If you guys like this type of hockey content, give us a follow. This is the Filthy Mitts Podcast. I'm out.